A short clip uploaded online. Easy to miss, easy to scroll past. But some people didn't scroll. They stopped, watched, and something about it felt wrong. Not obvious, not immediate, but unsettling. The kind of feeling you can't explain, but you don't ignore. At first, it seemed like just another piece of internet content, but the more they watched, the more questions began to form. Who made this? Why was it uploaded? And more importantly, what else had this person done? Because this didn't feel like a one-time thing. It felt like a beginning. A small group of people online decided to look deeper. They weren't investigators. They weren't professionals. Just ordinary people with time, curiosity, and a growing sense that something wasn't right. They began collecting clues, screenshots, usernames, background details, anything that could point to a location, a pattern, a person. And slowly, a name started to appear. Luka Magnotta. At first, it didn't seem significant. Just another online identity, another face among millions. But the more they searched, the more they found. Profiles, images, videos. A pattern of someone who wanted to be seen. Someone who didn't just post content, but seemed to wait for a reaction. Attention wasn't a side effect, it was the goal. And that changed everything. Because now, this wasn't just about what had already been uploaded. It was about what might come next. The group grew larger. More people joined. More eyes watching. More minds analyzing. They weren't just observing anymore. They were tracking. Trying to stay one step ahead of someone who seemed to enjoy being followed. But there was a problem. The internet moves fast. Information spreads quickly, but so does confusion. False leads, wrong identities, misdirection. And in the middle of it all, the person they were looking for remained just out of reach. Then, everything changed. A new video appeared. This time, it couldn't be ignored. Not because it was louder, but because it was different, more deliberate, more calculated. And suddenly, what had once been an online mystery became something else entirely. Something real. Law enforcement became involved. What had started as a small online investigation was now a full-scale case, and the focus shifted from curiosity to urgency. Because now, it wasn't just about finding someone, it was about stopping them. Investigators began working alongside the growing online community, reviewing evidence, tracking movements, connecting digital footprints, and piece by piece, a clearer picture began to form. A man who craved attention, who understood how the media worked, who knew that the more shocking the content, the more people would watch, and the more people watched, the more powerful he felt. But that same need for attention created a weakness. Because to be seen, you have to leave traces. And traces can be followed. The search expanded beyond one city, beyond one country, because by now it was clear he wasn't staying in one place. He was moving, changing locations, changing identities, trying to stay ahead. But every move left something behind. A clue, a mistake, a pattern. And eventually, those patterns began to align. Authorities tracked his movements across borders, from Canada to Europe, and the pressure began to close in. But even then, he didn't stop, because attention was still the goal. And as long as people were watching, he believed he was in control. But control doesn't last forever. In 2012, the search reached a turning point. A location was identified: Berlin, Germany. And within that city, a specific place, a public setting, not hidden, not isolated, somewhere no one would expect. Because sometimes the safest place to hide is in plain sight. Authorities moved quickly, carefully, and then they found him, Luka Magnotta, sitting inside an internet cafe, not running, not hiding, just there, as if the entire search had led to a moment that felt almost ordinary. But there was nothing ordinary about it, because this wasn't just an arrest. It was the end of a global manhunt, a search that had crossed borders, connected strangers, and turned the internet into an investigative tool. He was taken into custody, extradited, returned to Canada, and as the legal process began, the story shifted once again, from pursuit to understanding. Who was he beyond the headlines? What drove him to seek that level of attention? Why build an identity around being seen, no matter the cost? During the trial, these questions were explored, not always answered, but examined, because cases like this leave people searching for meaning, trying to understand something that doesn't fit into normal thinking. He was eventually found guilty, sentenced, and for the first time since the videos appeared, there was silence. No new uploads, no new clues, no new questions about where he might be. Just an end. But even with that ending, the story didn't disappear. Because it had already changed something. It showed how powerful the internet could be, not just as a place for content, but as a place for investigation, where strangers, working together, could uncover truths that might have otherwise remained hidden. But it also revealed something else, something more unsettling, that attention can be a powerful force, and in the wrong hands, it can drive actions that don't make sense to anyone else. Because in the end, this wasn't just about a crime. It was about visibility, about being seen, about controlling a narrative even when everything else was falling apart. And that's what makes this story different. Not just what happened, but how it unfolded in front of an audience, in real time, with people watching, trying to understand, trying to stop it before it went too far. But sometimes, understanding comes too late, and all that's left is the reminder that the line between the digital world and the real world isn't as separate as it seems. And that's where this story leaves us. This is Global Shadows. Subscribe and stay with the story.